everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, I'm trying to catch up with all things Foodie Beauty, and she is doing a live right now, but she also did a mukbang video a little while ago, and I want to go over it. And why do I want to go over it? Because you guys know I'm not a big fan of watching her eat. Well, because the video itself is full of attitude. Oh, she's mad. She's real mad. And here's the part that I can't figure out. She sounds like she's mad at all of us. And I don't know why she's mad at us. I mean, we didn't do anything. Her food issue is her issue, is it not? It's for her to either deal with or not deal with. So why give tremendous attitude to YouTube? I don't get it. Like, what did we do wrong? Nothing. We didn't cause the problem to happen and we can't solve it either. So she got tons of attitude. I did watch a little bit of the video, and I'm just going to let y'all know it sounds like parts of the video sound like she's not really talking to us, the audience. She's talking more to SOOOO, because in the video she speaks about how she's not a demure female and she's tired of acting like a demure female. So I don't know what happened. Maybe her and SOOOO had a bit of an argument. Maybe there was a fight, and she will do things to get back at him, when in all truth, she's not really getting back at him. She's punishing herself. It's really strange, isn't it? Like, she's a very defiant person. We know she is. She's stubborn as a pack of mules. But when she gets mad and she wants to get back at somebody, sometimes she'll do things that end up hurting herself more than the other person. And what she's about to do and what you guys are going to see her do, she's not hurting SOOOO, she's hurting herself. So she is in the video. She's talking about having a cheat day. Notice what I just said. A cheat day, not a cheat meal. An entire day of cheating. Correct me if I'm wrong, Foodie, but what happened with the Oreo flavored cola? Isn't that kind of like a cheat item? And what about the pizza? That wasn't exactly the healthiest pizza. So wouldn't that be considered kind of a cheat item, like a cheat meal? Now, those of you on my channel, you know how it goes. I told you that if you have an issue with food, like, you got to be very careful with your trigger foods, because they will lead to just going completely off the rails and eating all kinds of stuff that you shouldn't be having. Chantal, let's go back in time for a minute. So SOOOO tried to cut her off from soda. He had her walk on the treadmill. He took her to the beach, expecting her to walk along the beach. She walked across the street. She sat on the wall thing, and then she was complaining. And then she asked him to kind of turn off the camera for a minute or turn it away. But she was complaining, and she really, really wanted that doggone soda. So he caved in, and he got the soda for her, which led to what? Which led to more soda in this mukbang and some roasted chicken, which is essentially fried chicken. Let's just call it for what it is. It's fried chicken and some coleslaw. So, it is what it is. She's going to eat what she wants to eat. SOOOO can't control her, and he can't stop her. She's the one making all the doggone money. It's her money. If she wants to buy whatever food with it, she can. How can he say no to her if it's not even his money? It's her money. He's the employee. She's the employer. How can he stop her, since she's the boss, from doing what she wants to do? He can't. So all he can do is just give in. And she got her way with the soda. She nagged at him until she got the soda. And now she's doing a full-on cheat meal and having an entire cheat day. And as you can imagine, the Beezers had a lot to say about it. A lot of Beezers are very disappointed. And as part of Girl World, I would like to say to those Beezers, we told you so. We told you so. We told you. We kept telling you, you guys didn't want to listen. Your ears were stopped up full of wax. She's not going to stop. She's not going to get healthy. She is not committed to her health, and she's in a very bad environment for her health. As long as you leave Chantal alone in a room with some kind of enabling, it's going to continue. Period. You got to put her in an environment where she has no control, where persuading and fighting and arguing and temper tantrums just don't work. And there's only two kinds of places that I could think about where that would apply: jail and inpatient. Any other place, any other environment, she's going to get her doggone food. So she got her food, and she's playing with her life, literally. But I want to go over all the stuff on Twitter for the current live and also the video, as well as go over the video itself. And I apologize in advance for anybody that you're like me. You're not a big fan of watching her eat. I'm not a fan of it, but I'm here for the spice. I am here for her bad mood, because I'm going to go off on her. Spicy Rose is going to be out today. Yes. We're letting her out of the cage for a minute. But let's get into the Twitter stuff. And we'll go over that first, because I am not really in a hurry to watch her eat. Just not. It's just one of those things, her crunching and all that. Okay, so for those of you that are on Twitter X and you would like to follow me on Twitter X, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. Okay, so Foodie Beauty's emotional support car says, Chantal, the bloody pizza was a cheat meal. You're fooling no one. Exactly. Didn't I just say that? Like, she's talking about a cheat meal. She already had one before this one. She had the soda, and she had the pizza that it took both of her hands to hold on to. So why do you need another one? So here's a screenshot from the video we're about to get into. You guys can see it for yourself. Here's a preview. She's got the roasted chicken. She's got the essentially French fries and coleslaw. What are some of the comments that were posted? Kasha says, here we go, guys. Jen said, you knew this would happen when you nag for that soda. It's how it begins. Precisely that. Precisely that. And I'm going to take it one further. I don't think she's been restricting. I really don't think so. She's been way too calm. Nagging for things here and there. Nah. Nope. No, she's been eating off camera, because if she hadn't been, she would be pulling more of a temper tantrum than what she has been. I think she's been eating off camera. She just wanted to eat on camera, because eating on camera on YouTube, this is how she pulls all the feedy people to her. Like, she's using YouTube as a platform to advertise her self-harm behavior. And she's on the lookout for those feedy people that will pay for the food requests and give her some extra money, essentially using YouTube as a portal to get in front of them and say, hi, I'm Foodie Beauty, and I eat massive amounts of food. And if you want to see me eat massive amounts of food in private, contact me by Cameo, and you can pay me by PayPal, that sort of thing. So, yeah, you can see what's going on here. All right. So moving on to Fondue Pondu saying, thank you for proving us all right. Yep, she sure did. It's really weird, Chantal. You hate girl world being right about you. And then you turn around and you prove us right. You could take your defiant side and turn it inside out and make it work for you, but this ain't it. You're proving us all right. We knew that you would do this because we know you. Those of us have been watching you for 7, 8 years. We know your habits. We know you. And we know that you are addicted to food. You're not married to Salah. You're married to food. And that is the one partner that you will not cheat on, that you will never divorce, is food. You are married to your addictions. You're out there running around looking for a man to marry you. Girl, you're already committed to food. And this is a bad thing, but that's what you've chosen to do. And you refuse to let it go. You just won't let go of it. Florida Salt and Sass says diabetics don't get cheat meals, Shins, and that should be your priority. Facts. Not dieting for weight. You need to stabilize your metabolic disease. BED is a cop out. This B moment, so I don't have another B moment, BS, because if you're self-diagnosed BED is a big fat lie and you know it. No lies were spoken there. When you're a diabetic, does your diabetes take a day off? No. No, it's in full effect. It's not going to say, "Oh, you wanted a cheat day? You want a cheat meal? Oh, we'll just take a day off. We're just going to disappear for a day." No, there's no such thing as a cheat meal. There's no such thing as a cheat day with diabetes. Diabetes is a serious thing. It's really serious, and a lot of people are affected by it. And she's got so many things going on with her. The diabetes, high blood sugar, high blood pressure. She might have a heart murmur, circulation problems in her hands and her feet, fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. She's had a history of blood clots in her lungs. I mean, there's so many things going on with Chantal. You would need a couple of sheets of notebook paper to list them all down. And any one of them could take her out. But she doesn't care. Food is so important to her that despite this laundry list of things that's going on with her, she's just going to keep going. And again, it's her life and it's her choice. Nobody can stop her. Nana Spike T says, OFFS, she makes my brain hurt. Didn't she say the thought of deep fried chicken skin made her grossed out and forever a no-no? Does she realize it's still deep fried? Of course not, due to the pickle brain. So she's saying it's broasted chicken. What is broasted? Broasting is a special cooking process that combines pressure frying and traditional shallow frying to produce juicy chunks of fried chicken with a crispy outer layer. The process begins by marinating the chicken in spices and seasonings before placing it in a sealed pressure cooker containing hot oil. As if she needs more oil in her diet. Okay. I guess she thinks it's important. Trashy Girly. This is a comment they posted. Wasabi Green says, I understand, but it makes me sad because not everyone can afford memberships, because Chantal was talking about her memberships. I hope he will still do plenty of lives for us low-income beezers. Nope. She's all about the making money, and she's overloading her lives these days with ads and ticking people off. But she doesn't care. She's just making her money. All of you beezers, you're just nothing but dollar signs. And if you're not dollar signs, and she doesn't really care about you. Okay, so Queen of WTF says BS. If it really made you feel that bad, you would not want junk food at all, especially not once a week. So Foodie Beauty pinned this comment to her video saying, hi guys, don't worry, this meal didn't make me feel too well. Homemade food is better, so I'm only planning a treat meal once a week, Saturdays. And I will not let this derail all my progress thus far. What progress? I mean, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy over here, but what progress? Look, I'm happy that she's walking on the treadmill at all. I'm happy that she's walking outside at all. But what is 10 minutes on a treadmill going to do to burn off 5,000, 6,000 calories? I mean, yes, it's good that she's on the treadmill and she's building up her stamina. She needs to build up her stamina. Although, considering the state of her hands and her feet and the circulation being bad, she needs to go to a doctor and see what she can do safely. But she's not willing to do that. She's avoiding the doctor. The doctor would tell her, this is what you could do safely, and this is what would be too much and might cause a medical event. But I don't understand how she could eat chicken skin again after going to Thailand and claiming that the chicken skin there made her sick. Wouldn't just the thought of chicken skin just make her queasy? I don't know. And she's really not made that much in the way of progress. She hasn't kept with it long enough to see actual results. Fondue Pondu says 1,000,000% B moments off camera. Now she's just fake honest. The swelling under her eyes is worse than ever. Well done. Yeah, you know what, Chantal? You may lie as much as you like. You can tell us all the lies that you want. But your body's going to tell on you. Like, we will know if you're having B moments off camera because you eat too much sodium, salt, which leads to what? It leads to bloating. It leads to swelling. We can tell when you're eating off camera, ma'am. We don't have to actually see it to see the side effects of it. You know, like you are having B moments off camera. I know you are, because you're far too calm around food when it's placed in front of you, which points in the direction of you ate something before the camera even got turned on. I dare you to tell me that I'm wrong. You know I'm right. Okay? I'm someone, I dealt with food issues too. You can't lie to somebody who's been there. You just can't. You're eating before the camera even gets started, or you've had a meal already, maybe an hour or two before, and that's why you're not tearing into it like a wild beast. Ash Renee says, no one is claiming you have to be one of those. Maybe your husband is, but you also told him you were one of those. So Queen of WTF says, well, that's because you are trying to be something you are not. It's pretty simple. Let's watch the clips.
So I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody I'm not.
See, that there are parts of her video that I don't think she's really speaking to us. I think she's speaking more to Salah. And that's something she used to do with Natter. Like when she wanted to say something to Natter and he wasn't picking up the phone, and she knew that he watched her lives or her videos, it was her really much just talking to him. So there are parts like this part right now where I don't think she's talking to her beezers or even a girl world. She's talking to Salah and letting him know, hey, I'm not a demure female. I never will be. Stop trying to make me into one. It ain't going to happen.
So I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody I'm not.
Okay, next.
A woman who always acts feminine and womanlike.
She's making fun of women who are feminine and act in a feminine way. What's wrong with that? Did you see how sarcastic her tone is? Like, what's wrong with a woman being a woman and acting feminine? What is wrong with that? Are you angry about women who act feminine and have manners and look like they have social graces? Are you mad about that, Foodie?
And Demure.
Talk about hating on something you cannot be. The jealousy is seeping through her pores.
So
Okay, shh, quiet, Foodie. Shh. I said shh. We're done with you here. Thank you for that, Queen of WTF and Ash Renee.
I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody. I mean, I'm happy. I just can't.
Hold on. Wait.
I can't be one of those. You know, I can't be. I'm not. So I don't feel like myself.
Shh. Trying to get some extra time on screen. I'm not letting you have it. All right. So Wonder Mom says this is what living with Foodie Beauty does to her men. Okay. So what do we got here? On the left, we have BB. BB was her ex-boyfriend that she lived with for, I believe it was 5 years. Look at the look in BB's eyes. Then on the top right, we have Pete's. Then the bottom right, we have Salah. Do they not have all the same look in their eyes, like they've lost their will to live? This is what Foodie does to men. Like, none of them ever look happy. They look like, get me out of here. They all have that get me out of here look in the eyes. No, I don't think so. Says Foodie Beauty wants to take money from sick children. How very on brand of her. So I guess one of the Beezers got mad at her and said, I'd rather give my money to a children's hospital. You're old enough to go get a job. Chantal says, give them half and give me half. How trashy. Tell me you're broke and tell me you need money without telling me you're broke and telling me that you need money, Foodie. You're like, it's okay to give them money. Just give me some too. Greedy fool. Okay. Let's see. Fondue Pondu. I guess Chantal has mods that they're a bit power hungry. And they're blocking people from Chantal's chat. Especially Teardrop, who's more than a little bit problematic. So Fondue Pondu says, Foodie, Teardrop, your boss, said you can take a break or F all the way off. So this person, the Beezer, says, thank you for this, Chantal. Unfortunately, your mod Teardrop has been on a blocking spree without your knowledge and blocked a handful of your supporters. Foodie replies with, I told my mods to block hate and drama, so they were only doing what they were told to do. Stacy, I guess this is Teardrop, says you're full of it to be blaming blocking on me. There are lots of mods. And how in the heck do you know it was me? People like you make me not want to be in there. Well, Teardrop, you're a mod, are you not? You are a mod. So if you're modding Chantal's chat, then you should know, if you don't know, that when you block somebody or you put them on timeout, the person in question that you're blocking or putting on timeout, they can see who did it. The chat will tell you who did it. I mean, I'm a mod for different chats, and when I see other mods blocking people because of people coming in and acting like trolls, as I'm modding, I can see so-and-so was blocked or put in on timeout for X amount of minutes. It'll tell you who blocked you. It's not going to be you're blocked by anonymous. That person will know exactly who blocked them. So that's how they know. Stop playing stupid, Teardrop. Emma Peel says, at Stacy, I guess, talking to Teardrop, because you announce it. Teardrop says, I've never announced it. You don't have to. The way the YouTube chat is set up, it lets people know who blocked them. Two-Tail Caperer says, sorry, but this is one of the most annoying and gross things I've seen from Foodie Beauty. PDA isn't allowed, but he can stroke her face like Amberlynn manhandling a journal in Walmart. If someone was blanking my face like this, Minecraft. Plus, we know his hands are dirty. And there is something that I'd like to point out. So, a while back, Chantal was claiming that she was a victim of DV, right? And she also claimed that because of that DV, that anybody raising a hand near her face made her cringe. You know, it made her like react. But here he is touching all over her face, and she's not having any kind of negative reaction. I mean, he's just going wild, just touching her face, and she's just smiling because she's appreciating the extra touching because he doesn't really touch her. Like, she wants his hands on her. He's just being stupid about it. This is, by the way, Chantal, can I just say, this is not flattering. This is not romantic. It's not nice. This looks weird. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. This looks weird. Okay, Snarky Priest. Hey, Snarky. Foodie Beauty. OMG, give them half and give me half. She is such a vile bag of uselessness. So, let's see. Let's see. So like this is that one that replies to, I'd rather give my money to a children's hospital. You're old enough to get a job. Sarah Jane says it's no surprise Chantal would respond like this. She took food from a Anna girl in the hospital. She may try to say she's joking, but make no mistake, Chantal would totally be happy if you donated to her instead of a children's hospital. They ain't wrong. Sarah Jane says, really? Wow, she's hungry for money. She's not embarrassed asking for money? Absolutely not. I mean, she's not too embarrassed that she's going to overload her lives with ads. And she's not so embarrassed that she's going to get on camera and do feeding requests in front of the general public where it don't belong. She has no, you can't embarrass her, okay? Her well of shame has no bottom, period. Here's a community post from Fraudy. New channel rules. This is courtesy of Kristen. Backed by popular demand, unblocking bees. I am working on unblocking everyone. Spammers are annoying AF and will be reblocked. And the R words, you know what I mean. But I am working hard on not blocking as much as possible. So that means my live streams are also changing. I will do members only streams again and open chats. I will set up a streaming corner and do text to speech donations. So on certain days, all crap talkers are welcome. They will also be open streams. That way I can still chill with my beaters on certain streams and on others just let it all fly. For all live streams, I will keep my mods, but please note, I want mods to be just honorary, meaning only I get blocking rights on my channel or comment removal. Gonna try and see how this goes. See you in the future. Money hungry. You are so money hungry. Yes, you are. So let's go over this post. Let's see. Let's start with the unblocking. Chantal doesn't unblock people unless she's low on money. And she's like, well, if I can unblock people, that means more people will come in and they might give me money. That's the only reason why she cares about clearing out her block list. She's hoping some of those older beezers that have the money will come back. And let's see. Let's also address the, text-to-speech donations. So I'm sure she's paid attention to Twitch because that's a thing on Twitch. I've seen some people do it. So text-to-speech donations, that means you have to pay to have your message read out by like a computer type thing. But essentially, that's another way for her to make more money. And then members only streams. I don't think she's going to do many of them because not as many people are going to watch and the reactors are not going to react to her. But she's looking for every way in the world to make money, except do quality content. Queen of WTF says, you enjoy that cheat day, cutie. You earned it. 10 whole days of cooking and 3 days of walking on that treadmill. Let's watch.
I'm on a cheat day. I forgot about that. A cheat.
Anybody notices something weird about this picture? Tell me what don't belong here. Look what she's got on the table. We've got the plastic wrap on the table. Why is the plastic wrap on the table? Is there nothing called a plate where you can put on the table and that's enough?
Day. I've been cooking nonstop for like 10 days. Something I never do. And yes, I did say I plan on maybe cooking 5 to 6 nights a week.
Give her a round of applause, y'all. She cooked for 10 days in a row. Never mind the fact that there are families out there where cooking happens every night. And it goes on for years. But she wants a medal. She wants a ribbon. She wants a trophy for cooking for 10 days in a row. Just it's a lot. Cooking for 10 days. She makes it sound like she just ran a marathon. And cooking for 10 days, it was so horrible. There's a lot of families that do that every night, Chantal. They can't afford to go out to eat, or even if they could, they're just being smart about their money because fast food, even Burger King or McDonald's, is expensive anymore. And then some people are just smart with their money and saying, hey, for the cost of going to a fast food restaurant, I can buy a sack full of groceries and make that last a week. But she wants some applause and she wants some praise for cooking for over a week. You're not going to get it. Sorry, no.
And I'm overdue for my cheat day of ordering out.
No, you're not overdue. This is you justifying your food habit. This is you trying to find a way out because you don't like the cooking. So you're like, I did all of this, so I deserve this. You are a person that you expect a reward for each and every little thing that you do, no matter how minimal it is, no matter how easy it is, you expect to be rewarded. I don't think you ever progress beyond that toddler way of thinking of, if I do something, mommy and daddy need to give me a reward, give me a treat. You need to get out of that headspace, Chantal. You are not a dog. You are not a cat where you get a treat for every little thing. You're a person. You're a human. You're an adult. And adults often don't get treats for just doing adult things and doing adulting. But you're motivated by reward. If there's no reward in it for you, you don't want to do it. That's your problem.
That was a chicken bone earlier.
So, yeah, she's like, I'm 10 whole days. I deserve a reward. Okay, Witchy Machine says, Foodie Beauty, you should turn the filters down for Salah. You made him look like a moon man. Yeah, look at his face. You can really tell those filters are turned up. Look at his face. Look how long his face looks. He got that moon face. I mean, we can tell when Foodie is using it, but even more so with him. It's really apparent. There's filters going on with her phone. Moon Goddess Tarot says, absolutely nobody is shocked with the gluttony, but to me, it looks like she's been crying. I think she had a fight for this meal. Now she's having an eating tantrum. Queen of WTF says, wow. Let's watch.
I can't eat with the spoon.
Okay. Okay. Gross alert. Gross alert. I'm giving you guys a gross alert. I'm going to tell you what she's about to do. She's about to take that little plate of coleslaw and put it to her mouth and not even use any utensils. I'm just giving you a gross alert.
The spoon.
So I wonder if Anime Sucks made this request and offered up some money for her to do this, because I know that he's been in the background and he gives her money. And she wants to do her feedie request on camera to get more feedies in her back pocket so they'll pay for her meals and give her money. And that's why she did this.
It's messy.
Oh my God. And you wonder why men don't want anything to do with you, Foodie. You wonder to yourself, why am I alone? Why won't anybody date me? Why do all men run away from me? Because you act like you were raised in a barn and fed from a trough. Even barnyard animals have more manners than you. You act like you have no manners in public. You're not that woman that a man wants to take home to mom. You're the one that he hides from mom.
I'm tired of trying.
Again, she's talking to Salah here.
Hard. Don't I look exhausted? Like, I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm trying so hard to be a Demure.
You're making fun of that which you wish to be and will never be. It's like the old story of the fox and the grapes. Anybody ever heard it? The old story of the fox and the grapes. The fox was walking along a path and saw some grapes hanging above its head and said, I want those grapes. So the fox tried hard and to go get those grapes, tried jumping up and jumping up to get those grapes, could not get to the grapes. And in the end, the fox gave up and said, I bet those grapes are sour anyway, the fox and the grapes. So since she cannot be demure and feminine, she's going to hate on the demure and the feminine.
I can't.
She covets what she can't have, and then she hates on it because she can't have it. Okay. Tara Lee says most of us cook multiple times a day, every day, possibly have jobs, raise kids, care for pets, run constant errands, take care of paying bills, housework, yard work, home maintenance, etc. But foodie cook for 10 days, guys. Pathetic, even if it's a strong enough word. Foop Olympic says Chantal reiterates that this isn't just a cheat meal. It's an entire cheat day of ordering out. Yep, she got her way. Of course she did, because it's her money. How can he tell her no? Let's watch.
I guess that's it. That's my cheat meal. That's my cheat. I'm on a cheat day. I forgot about that. A cheat day.
She's so smug, and for the life of me, I don't know why. Who is she hurting besides herself? She can sit there and eat all the fast food in Kuwait. We're not going to gain any weight. We're not going to get the health problems as a result. She's the only one that's going to be hurt by this. So I'm not sure why she's smug. Is she smug because she and Salah had a fight and she won the fight? She won the argument? Like, haha, I got my way. This is her like being smug towards him, and she's just doing it in front of all of us. I don't know.
I've been cooking nonstop for like 10 days.
You know, take the video out of the picture and imagine Salah standing in front of her. This sounds like something she would say to him. Like if they were talking. This sounds like something that she would be saying to him when he's trying to get her to do the no soda, eat healthy stuff.
Something I never do. And yes, I did say I plan on maybe cooking 5 to 6 nights a week. And I'm overdue for my cheat day of ordering out.
Again, this sounds like a Salah Chantal conversation. She's not talking to the audience. She's talking to him. And what she's saying, like you read between the lines, what she's saying to him is, look, I did all this stuff. I cooked out 10 days a week. I cooked for 10 days in a row. And I did the exercising on the treadmill, and I feel tired. I did all these things you wanted me to do, and I want my cheat day. I want my food. I want my reward. Give me my reward. Or, like I feel like this undertone of a threat of some kind from her. Like something's going to happen. Like she's going to really just go off on him, but she's annoyed. She's mad. She's really mad. Nana Spike T says, I wouldn't talk about Foodie Beauty's weight if she didn't make it her content. With that said, I have a challenge for her. Since she keeps claiming we are all wrong about her weight gain, let's see her try on these outfits from the last Thailand trip. We haven't seen them since. Yeah, what happened to those outfits, Foodie? What happened? What happened to the zebra print dress and this flower dress that you wore to the temple? You know, the one that you wore when you sat on the altar. What happened to these outfits? Where'd they go? We haven't seen them in a while. What happened, ma'am? I just wonder. Kelly says, the moment we have all been waiting for her cheat meal. Oh, she said day. She went all out and even got a full sugar soda. She's so predictable. She will never change. Yeah, and look on her face. You would think she would be happy. She's getting the food that she wants. Why does she look unhappy? I don't get it. Why are you unhappy about this, Foodie? Why are you angry at the camera? Why are you angry at the audience? We're not the ones determining what you eat and what you don't. I don't understand your anger. I don't. Okay. This is an excellent clip courtesy of Narcissism my way, saying this week, Foodie Beauty shared that she's allergic to exercise. She didn't seem to need her EpiPen at the Toronto Zoo, though. Yeah, and this is a collection of times when Chantal was defiant. Let's watch.
I had such a really good fucking day.
And some of these clips are back from the Crackhead Olympic days when she was with Natter. So if she looks different in those clips, that's what you're seeing. Like the clip right now is her back at the Canadian Villa when she lived with Pete's.
Like at the zoo, I'm so glad I went. It was so fun, you guys.
This is a breathtaking beach.
Can't even see it.
It's a lot of walking. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm so proud of myself.
Yalla, keep moving.
Where?
You want to keep moving?
Going where?
I told you, she's as stubborn as a pack of mules. When she doesn't want to move, she's not gonna move. And she doesn't want to do anything healthy. She doesn't want to take walks. She used to get into big fights with Natter because he wanted her to take a walk. Like she just wants to be what she wants to be, and she doesn't want anybody telling her what to do. It's really strange. She wants a man to care about her, and yet when they express care, she gets mad about it. Because her idea of care is having a man around her that will enable her. And if she wants to go crazy with the food, they won't speak out about it. That's her idea of love.
Yes, I'm proud that I was able to walk.
Let's walk a while here, then we finish that place here, and then come back to the car.
No, I don't.
Attitude.
Reaction channels are gonna be talking about how I kept talking about how much I walked today. I feel really dizzy.
Hey guys, I feel really dizzy.
Yeah, and that's her number one excuse. When she doesn't want to walk, I feel dizzy. I feel sick. And yet the moment you say, okay, let's go walk back to the apartment or let's go get an ice cream, suddenly she's all better. Suddenly that sickness goes away. Happens every time.
I'm not well in the heat. I always try to go out, but especially if you're like, you know, if I was in a t-shirt, maybe it'd be different.
I have my pink toque on, all the sweat dripping down from being in the fucking rainforest.
It is hot.
And I had a vest, a big puffy one. I look like a friggin' pink marshmallow disco ball. It's too hot for me. And
You guys get the picture. She's full of excuses, she is. James Brightman says this is all Salah's fault. No, I you know what? I don't like Salah. I don't like him, but this is not his fault. Her food issue's been going on well before he got in the picture. This is her fault for letting this continue, for not seeking treatment, for not going to inpatient, for not going to therapy. This is her fault. It's her fault that it got this crazy. It's her fault because she decided to give her problem a job on YouTube and help it, let it help her make money. It's her fault. I blame her. I do. Okay, let's see. Foodie Beauty's emotional support thing says, Chantal, quote, Salah does not like breasts. That is not what he told Kaibella. Yeah, he didn't tell her that. Miss Anthropope Lulu says, Foodie Beauty, tired of acting demure, is taking me the F out. Dude, you're a 40-year-old, 450-pound immobile person routinely trash talking yourself and eats garbage off a plastic sheet. You're in a fake loophole marriage to a stunted man child. The gig is up, Foodie. Go home. Actually, you know what, Lulu? I think she's about 550 pounds. Everybody keeps saying like 420 pounds, but this is why I say my number, because when back in 2018, her last true weigh-in was 377 pounds, which means she was about 23 pounds away from being 400. And you can look at any kind of footage or pictures from 2018 and look at her now, and you could tell it's a 150-pound difference. So that's where I came up with my number. But I get what you're saying, Lulu. Yeah, like she's living in a fantasy world, and it's not even a happy one. She's I guess, enjoying her misery, enjoying her discomfort because she won't change it. Okay, this is a great post courtesy of Lime Jello. Lime Jello says, "Who is this person? I want to shake their hand. They said exactly what everyone is thinking. The chewing, the accountability, etc. 100%. Okay, so Thunderstorm and Dolls says, "Girl, please remember what you told us about that annoying person eating on the airplane behind you. When you're eating, the smacking noises are so annoying, it's getting harder and harder to stick around and support your channel. Furthermore, we're not concerned about you being demure. It's not going to happen, nor do we expect it from your content. It's definitely not why we watch you. You have to put it out. You have to put it all out there already. We've seen you poop your pants in Thailand, and we see food all over your face, getting high, raging, etc. Just be you. But have some boundaries. The internet doesn't need to know or see all your personal details. Enjoy your cheat days. You don't need to justify what you eat, nor your numbers on the scale. You're the one accountable for your health, not us. We're simply watching things unfold. Many of us wish better for you, though. You worry way too much about what others think. When you keep trying to prove something that they are not privileged to know, you only set yourself up for big falls when you come online and reveal your plans to the internet. And reminder, you do repeatedly ask us to keep you accountable. Remember, Chantal, the internet don't know nothing about you that you don't choose to share publicly. True. I love this comment. A lot of truth in it. A lot of truth in it. Thank you for sharing that line, Jello. Okay. Oh, okay. It's okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's see. What else we got here? So here is the thumbnail, courtesy of Shenanigans. This is the thumbnail. Look, the smirky Duper's Delight smile. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. And let's see. Perfectly Imperfect says, "Hangry and miserable Foodie Beauty is the best Foodie Beauty. Ain't that the truth?" Mo Translate says, "Chantal is raging and blocking people. She also showed off her outfit of the day." Well, that's a choice. That is definitely a choice. What happened to all those Temu clothes that she bought? Why isn't she wearing them? She's wearing the same outfits over and over. Let's see. Okay, are we caught up? I think we're caught up. I think we are. All right, so let's stop the screen and let's get into the video. And again, apologies. She is eating in this. She's eating the roasted chicken, so there's crunching noises for those of you that might have headphones or ear pods. But I'm here for the spice because I'm going to go off on her. Don't care. Don't care. We're here for the spice, though. I'm here for it. I'm here for the salt and the spice. So let's go. Oh, wait. Before we get started, look at what she did. Look at the TV. Subscribe, please. I've been on YouTube for 7 years now. And your point is? So what? You've been on YouTube for 7 years. Big deal. There are people that have been on YouTube a lot longer than that. You know, if you want people to subscribe, doing great content means they will subscribe, Chantal. Why are you begging people to subscribe to you? You don't care about your subscribers. You're not giving them great content. So what is the point in begging them to subscribe to you when you're giving them content? Anyway, let's go. Why does she look so angry? She's got her food. Why is she mad? She looks mad. I'm here for the mad, though. Wait, before we get into her video, I'll put it off just a minute. Let's go into the comments. Rachel says, "You're trying to be someone you're not with Salah. We know it's fake when you act demure towards him. You should be a good Muslim in Kuwait, Thailand, and anywhere you go. Religion is not something you leave behind at your convenience." I love that. Great comment. Horatia Black says, "Cooking nonstop for 10 days? Honey, there are people who have been cooking every day for 20 years. And some of them even have kids to feed and other responsibilities like actual work. That's what you call a normal life. Yeah, and she's over there complaining, I cooked for 10 days. I gave up my takeout for you. Like it's some big thing. Witch of the Wildwood says your lipstick was smeared before you started, so it looks like you had a meal before this meal. Just saying, you're out here for views. You're the only one who can be accountable for you, and trying doesn't count. I like that too. Sassy Cereal Bowl says you sound bitter and ready to blow at your audience, like this is somehow their fault. Yeah, like getting mad at the audience and getting mad at Girl World for what? We are not in charge of her diet. We're not in charge of her food. So why is she angry at us? Why is she angry at her Beezers? They're not buying her groceries. They're not in charge of that stuff. Tay says this was kind of off and weird. Gigi Cat says, well, it looks like Salah has failed. Nobody comes between Salah and her Chantal and her food. Her love of food will always be stronger than her love for her husband. Right. She claims to love Salah, but if you have an issue with food, wouldn't you want to get on top of it for the sake of your marriage? Wouldn't you want to be healthy and be around for your partner for as long as possible rather than risking a heart attack or a stroke at any given moment? Yeah. You would say to your partner, I love you so much that I want to take care of me so I can be here for you until your last day on earth. You wouldn't be a walking medical event. Charmaine says, every day is a cheat day for you. Stop complaining. Rachel says, why are you complaining to us about being demure? Complain to your religion then. Jen says, the chicken skin which you complain about being vile. Sure, Jan, keep up the good work. I'm surprised she left all of these spicy comments alone, and maybe she needs the engagement. Blue Lace Crochet Design says, you do know that is fried chicken, right? No different than KFC. Scooby-Doo says, this motivated me to never be like this. Wang says, you have had years and years of cheat days, Chantal. Years of rewarded minimal effort and little treats. Once you open that floodgate, you do not have the You do not have the capability to stop, and you know this. This all started with a harmless diet soda. Get serious, right? Didn't I say that? Slippery slope. What happens with a slippery slope? You slide right back all the way down. Chantal's dented headboard says, this entire video is coming off as very passive aggressive. Like you're not even happy about your meal, but eating it anyway just to prove something. If it doesn't give you satisfaction, why eat it? Because she's defiant. And she's defiant to people that don't give a crap, honestly. Michelle Pondu Cruz says, stop using words you don't understand. You have never been demure in any way. This is a backslide. The reactors were correct. Of course we were. I mean, we've been watching her for 7-8 years. We know her better than she knows herself. We're not wishing her bad health upon her. She's wishing her bad health upon her. Because she's the only one that could fix it, and she's not doing it. She knows what she needs to do. She just doesn't want to do it. And as long as she continues on the path that she's on, doing the same things over and over, she's very predictable. And her actions and her words are very predictable. I mean, if you sit there and you watch somebody for hours and hours and hours, day after day after day, you pretty much get an idea of who they are and what they're going to do based on that. And we're not wrong because we have been watching just that long. Let's see. Caesar says, this is honestly kind of sad. Jen says, you knew this would happen when you nagged for that soda. That's how it begins. Let's see. Aesthetic by Jasmine says, why are you trying to act like Nikocado? Because she wants that attention that Nikocado is getting right now. Julie Bean says this video is literally manic. Let's see. Fifi says not even using a plate. Yuck. Rainbow Sprinkle says, seriously, excuses, excuses. I'm not even watching this. Potato Corner 2.0, right? Okay, this person's comment here. Let's lean in and listen to this one. KC says, I have diabetes too, and it's been largely uncontrolled for years, but I just went back on meds. Already lost the vision in my right eye, and I'm only 51. I'm sorry for that. But there are no cheat days with diabetes, because diabetes isn't like a diet. It's a disease. And I know you know all this. Cheats lead to more cheats. And then the motivation to do good is over. Don't let the pressure get to you. Just keep trying to get healthy, even if you walk just 15, 20 minutes a day, and screw the soda. See, Chantal, there are other people like living with diabetes that they've already had things happen to them, and you don't think anything will happen to you. But there's a possibility that something might happen to you. I mean, things are already happening. It's just nothing major right now, but it doesn't mean nothing will happen. You keep pushing the issue. Oh, no. Sunday Magpie says Salah must have gotten a cheat day, too. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Ooh, she's going to read that comment and get mad. She's going to read that comment and get mad. Muffin Man says, Jesus wept. Yaba celebrated. Oh, my God. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Kiki loves kimchi says, I was just thinking today how much I may be turning into a supporter because I felt proud you were really doing this. I had to slap myself a few times. Thank you for reminding me my places with the reaction channels. I gave you a view while you were on the treadmill. I'll be heading back to reaction channels now. You obviously will never change. Bye. Did you ever stop and think about that, Chantal? That you flip-flopping and lying to people and making those empty promises, all you're doing is making people angry. And they might go to the reaction channel side, the girl world side, because you keep lying to people. You get everybody's hopes up and then you don't follow through. So I guess that's another one for us, Chantal. Another one bites the dust for you. Enemy says, it's called making money. If you were embarrassed, you could have just done it without making a video. True. She doesn't have to film everything. Let's see. Dusty Bone says, being demure is not trending. But there's so many people in her comments that they're so angry with her. They're so disappointed in her. Let's see. So look at all these comments. People are giving it to her in the comments, and I can't stay here all day. I would love to read them all, but how about we just get into her video? Because I'm just gonna let her have it. I don't care. Let's do this.
Hey guys, I'm gonna save the pita bread. They eat pita bread pretty much with everything here in the Middle East.
Just because they do doesn't mean you have to. I mean, just because somebody else is eating something doesn't mean you have to eat it. You can always say no, Chantal. If somebody jumped off a bridge, would you jump off too just because they did it? Don't answer that question because you probably would. But how many times have we heard about the pita bread? I'm sick of the pita bread. And you mentioning it all the time. If you like pita bread, just say, I like pita bread. I like eating it with everything. Don't talk about how everybody else in Kuwait eats it. Let's talk about how you eat it.
Is it foggy or is it just my vision?
Your vision sucks. Where are your glasses? You have glasses. Why aren't you using them?
Right.
Oh, look, another soda. So we had the Oreo soda yesterday, which has led to what? Her having another soda. And this is why you can't have your temptation foods. Because one soda leads to another soda, leads to another, leads to another, leads to a 2-liter of soda, leads to a 6-pack of soda. You know, it's just you're just going to keep going. She wants her soda. She's going to have her soda. And Salah can't tell her no because it's her doggone money.
All right, so what do I have? This is roasted chicken, which
Fried
is
chicken.
basically fried chicken, but like on steroids. Halal chickens are not really literally on steroids. That's the beauty of halal meat. You should try it out. They don't.
Do not lecture us about what we should eat and what we shouldn't eat when you're over there gorging yourself on food and you know you shouldn't have it, Chantal. You are no one to be lecturing anybody, ma'am. Please have a seat in a seat that won't break when you sit down. Have the entire row if you need it. Have the entire arena if you need it. Don't come off like you know everything about food and nutrition and taking care of yourself. You're over 500 pounds and you can barely breathe and you can barely move and you haven't gotten a handle on your food issue when you know what to do and you're not doing it. Why are you coming off with that smarmy attitude right off the bat? That's rubbing me the wrong way.
Pump their chickens with anything.
Like you care. You're over there talking about halal chicken at the same time. What are you doing right now? What are you doing? You're about to drink a soda. What do you think is in soda? Is it all natural? Because soda is not natural. There's additives in there. There are preservatives. There are sweeteners. There is artificial coloring. It's almost comical. You're giving everybody a lecture on halal chicken at the same time sitting right next to your watermelon head. There is a soda. You are drinking chemicals. You're drinking sugar water. Don't talk to us about health when you're doing all that.
Okay. So we have an Alsi cola, which is a Middle Eastern cola from Saudi Arabia. Shout out Saudi Arabia. We have some coleslaw. We have some 2 chicken breasts. Salah doesn't like the breasts. Yes, wait your turn. Wait your turn, man.
And by the way, she also gets on my nerves because the way she talks to Julia in this video, I'm going to lose my mind at her just off of that. Just letting you guys know.
And we have some giant potato slices.
French fries. Basically, they're French fries. Those aren't potato chips. Those are French fries. Big old French fries.
And it's delicious. So let's dig in. Let's dig in. Bismillah, beauty bites. I love coleslaw.
Again, why are we eating off of the tray covered by plastic wrap? Why could we put this all on a plate? What's wrong with the plate? Did I miss something? Is eating off of a plate or a bowl, is that outdated now? Why is she eating off of the table covered in plastic wrap? That looks like a baby in a high chair. Like you got a messy baby sitting in a high chair and you got to cover up the tray portion because the baby is too messy.
My table's creaking because I'm fat. What do you want? Anyway.
You know, you will probably have an easier time eating that, Chantal, if you lowered the table. It is not up to your chin.
Garlic sauce. Today's cheat.
I mean, that looks so awkward to me. Like when you're eating and you're having to like reach over like this. That doesn't look comfortable.
Day.
Again, apologies for the eating noises. If a lot of you have to back out right about now because of the eating noises, I do understand. I get it. I don't like it. I don't. I'm here for the spice. I am not here for the crunch, crunch, crunch.
This is the crispiest chicken in the world.
Chantal, this is chicken that you've had before. It's not like you're trying it for the first time. How many times have you eaten the roasted chicken or fried chicken? This is nothing new. Her name is Foodie Beauty. Wouldn't it be a good idea to eat foods that you've never eaten before? Like introduce the audience to just new foods? It's always the same stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Boring. This is for a feeder. Who paid for this? Who paid for this? I want to know. Who paid for this, Chantal? Was it Anime Sucks? Because you're doing the feeder stuff already. You got your food all spread out on the tray. You got the tray covered in plastic. You got the food front and center. You keep showing off the food to the camera because feeders do like that. Who is this for? Who paid for this? Who?
I ate a bone. I'm like the girl I used to work with. When I used to work a normal job.
We're back. Why are we telling old stories? Boring.
I used to work with this girl. She used to eat bones. It was quite unsettling.
You know, when Chantal does her story times, she uses her story times to get back at people in her past that she feels somehow wronged her or offended her. It's like her getting revenge on people that probably don't think about Chantal. They're not thinking about her. They're not contacting her. They're not reaching out to her. She lives in the past. And she uses the fact that she uses the fact that she's got a public channel, a public platform to get back at people, whether it's somebody in the present or somebody in the past. She's talking about this female, oh, she used to eat bones. It was so unsettling. Meanwhile, Chantal, you get on camera and you eat 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 calories at a time. That's unsettling too. So while you're over there talking about somebody else's eating habits, you might want to consider how everybody else watches you do what you do.
Wait, cat. My cat wants to share this with me, but it's my cheat day.
Are you feeding her? That's an honest question. Do you feed her enough food? Is that the reason why she's like hovering around your plate? Maybe she's hovering around the table because you taught her to come to you for treats. Because that's how you motivate animals to come near you, is by giving them food. That's the only time they approach you, is when you got food. You look at food as a reward system, as a treat. So you apply the same logic to animals. Oh, come up to me. I'll give you a piece of food. And then when you train them and you condition them to come up to you for food, then you yell at them. You can't condition a pet to come to you for food while you're eating. Otherwise, they'll always do it.
I have a bit of a beef I have to discuss.
Here we go.
I'm tired.
Okay, this is the part of the video where it sounds like she's not, again, take us, take the audience, take Girl World out of the equation. Imagine for a moment that Salah is in front of her and she's talking directly to him. But she's not talking directly to him. She's talking to him through this video. Just imagine that, and it'll line up.
I can't eat with the spoon. It's messy.
You're so gross. And you wonder why your family keeps their distance because of this crap right here. It's embarrassing. You're 40 years old and you're eating with your hands like that. How dare you? Who paid for this? Like I said, what feeder paid for this meal and told her to eat with her fingers? I bet somebody did.
I'm trying
Here we go. She's talking to Salah now.
so hard. Don't I look exhausted? Like, I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm trying so hard to be demure.
But that's what you wanted, though, Foodie. You were so eager to go to Kuwait to be with Salah that you were willing to be whatever it took to be accepted by him so you could stand next to him. And that is a pattern that has happened with more than just Salah. You did the same thing with Pete's. You did the same thing with Natter. You did the same thing with BB. You get your crosshairs on a guy and you have the mentality of, I just have to get into his house. I just have to get into his life. You start talking to that guy and you figure out, what does he like? What does he not like? What does he hate? What is he into? And you become those things. You become almost like a mini-me of the guy that you're interested in. If they like animals, then you like animals. If they hate animals, then you hate animals. Remember Roman L. Roman? You were into him for half a minute, and he liked animals, so you claimed to care about animals for half a minute. I remember that period. Sure do. And you were with Natter. Natter didn't care for the cats, so you started neglecting the cats because he didn't like the cats. So you wanted to be near Salah. And Salah said, I like a demure, modest woman. So you pretended to be a demure, modest woman just to worm your way over to Kuwait and get over there and put yourself in a position where he could boot you back to Canada. And honestly, that's his fault for not doing his due diligence of researching who you were and what you were about. All he had his eye on was the money. He should have done his homework. He wasn't ready for all of you and all of your lies. You both lied to each other. You both scammed each other. So I say the two of you should be with one another. But if you're miserable and if you're upset because you've been over there and you're pretending to be something that you're not, and you don't like wearing the mask anymore, there's a solution. Come back to Canada. Be who you really are. Then you won't have to wear a mask.
What? What?
And I feel a lot of pressure to be like,
You put yourself under pressure.
excuse me. It feels literally like I don't know, but I just need a day of like letting it out, you know? So here we are.
So basically, you're showing us not just a cheap meal. If you take a step back and you look at this, what you're showing us, Foodie, is that all this time that you've been telling people about, I've changed, I've become a different person, it's moments like this that prove you haven't changed at all. You may have put on different clothing, but the person underneath is exactly the same. that they were before they left Canada. Like you're the same person underneath the clothes. You're still narcissistic. You're still self-destructive, gross, vulgar, okay, sloppy, messy, rude, uncaring. I mean, that's just who you are.
I'm gonna hurry and eat this because it's getting on my nerves. It's very messy.
Yeah, again, it's really weird that this is supposed to be her cheat meal. Shouldn't she be enjoying her cheat meal? She doesn't look happy to me. Like maybe she wanted something else for a cheat meal and she got this instead, and maybe she's unhappy about that.
Look at the size of this. Is this GMO? I know. You guys would like me to go back to being a total mess.
Go back. You're still there. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I know you guys want me to go back to being a total mess. Did you ever stop being a total mess? Foodie, you need to rewatch this video. You need to really look at yourself. Do you not see what we see right now? You're sitting in a gaming chair at a table that's literally up to your chin. You're not even eating off a plate. You're eating off of a tray covered in plastic wrap, and you're grabbing at food with your dirty fingers and stuffing it into your mouth. That's not being a mess. That's not being a mess. Again, you really need to really rewatch this.
Go back to? I'm still a total mess. Why do you hide your bodily functions from us now?
What?
Why don't you fight on camera?
What? Why do you hide your bodily functions from us now? As if she should do them on camera? I don't want to see her go to the bathroom. Who's asking for her to show the bodily functions on camera? What person is this? What's in their mind?
You guys, I'm in the Middle East.
As if you give a crap about that. You've done so many offensive things over there. You continue to do offensive things.
Do you want me to get arrested for public indecency? Yes. Do you want some chicken or something? Didn't I not just give you a piece of my chicken? So ungrateful.
Bitch, don't talk to her like that. Don't talk to your cat like that. So ungrateful. Oh, the things that I would like to talk to you about in Minecraft.
I'm in a weird mood today. Of course I'm going to give her more chicken. Why?
No, you're not. You're eating it all. You're a selfish, gluttonous person. You're acting like an overfed tick. You're shoveling in as much chicken as you can in your mouth as humanly possible. You're not going to give her any. Don't lie.
Because she controls my life.
No, she doesn't. You don't care about her. Don't act like a loving pet parent, because we know you're not. You haven't gotten her fixed yet. You haven't gotten her nails clipped. When's the last time she's been groomed and cleaned? Huh? Answer these questions. And of all the hauls that I've seen you do, Foodie, I have yet to see you do a pet care haul. Where's all her pet food? How much food do you have for Julie and Harry? How come we don't ever see a pet food haul? I want to see those hauls. I don't care what you get at the grocery store. I don't care what you get at the food banks or the co-ops. I want to know what's going on with the pets. I do. Based on your past history with BBJ and Sam, I don't trust you. I don't trust the fact that you're feeding that cat correctly. Where's the cat food? Maybe she's hungry because you're not feeding her correctly. You don't care about Julia. Well, she rules my life. No, she doesn't. You don't care about her. All you care about is shoving food in your face.
It's as simple as that. That was a hair. Yeah, you call me bald, but I sure have enough hair in my food. Why am I in such a weird mood? Did I take my meds today? Anyway.
And by the way, here's my thought. She claims to have BED, but if she were having a BED episode, she'd be doing this off camera, not on camera. This is straight up food addiction. People who have BED, they do what they do in private because it's a source of shame and embarrassment. But she actually did this on camera. She filmed herself doing it. So fuck you, Chantal, for saying you have BED when you don't have it. Stop making a big deal and saying, I have BED and I can't control myself. You're a food addict. You can be a food addict without having BED. It is possible. They're two separate things. You have a serious food addiction. You need help for it. You don't want help. That is your choice. But stop claiming to have something you don't freaking have. And thank you very much. And thanks for playing.
I call this Goral dinner. So it's my cheat day.
It's always a cheat day with you. Every day is a cheat day. You'll find every reason and way in the world to get what you want. Just eliminate the whole cheat day concept from your vocabulary, because this is just your normal. It's not a cheat day. It is your normal. It's what you want. It's what you want. Just go with that.
I'm sitting here eating chicken skin with you fine people.
Yeah, after just telling everybody about how chicken skin made you so sick you didn't want to eat it ever again. Interesting.
Am I feeling guilty about my cheat day?
No, she isn't. No, she's feeling smug, like she got away with something, like she won something. I won this fight. I won this argument. Ha ha, I'm going to show girl world. All you're showing us is that you have no self-control, Chantal. None. All this talk about, I'm going to get on top of this thing and I'm going to fix my health and I'm going to lose weight. And because I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to travel. It's moments like this that point in the direction of you don't have what it takes to fix this. Not on your own. You need professional help. This is over your head. This is over Salah's head. It would take professionals to help you. You have no self-control. And if you have no self-control, how can you control your addiction? especially if you've built a nearly perfect addiction machine on YouTube for the last 8 years to keep all of your addictions and obsessions fed and keep them happy. You made sure to build that machine rather well, didn't you? Making money off of YouTube, making money on the side with the feeders. Your habit of food is so large that you literally have to crowdsource and crowdfund out to keep it at the level that you've built it. So you're not going to break down the machine that you built and build a new one. You're going to keep it going. As long as it's going, the addiction monster is going to be happy.
Ask me in an hour. Let's wrap it up. The chicken skins in Thailand were toxic.
You know, now that we're looking at this, I don't think there was anything wrong with the chicken skins in Thailand. I mean, she was eating tons of other food. She was just going wild with the edibles. It could have been any number of things making her ill, including stress about not knowing what SOOOO was doing, because that will make you ill as well. Anxiety will make you ill.
But the chicken skin here doesn't seem to affect me as bad. I don't know why. But I ain't mad about it. So I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody I'm not.
Again, I feel like she's talking to SOOOO by saying that. There are parts of this where it seems like she's not talking to us, she's talking to him. God, you're so loud with that crunching. Take the microphone away from your mouth.
Someone who should be acting 40 or someone who should, you know, be acting a certain way. Demure. And it's not helping that right now being demure is trending, you know?
She spends entirely too much time on TikTok. She's always looking for what's viral and what's trending, and trying to figure out a way to take whatever's trending and whatever's viral and put it on her channel, and trying to make money with it, and put tags on her video with whatever it is that's viral and trending. Spending all of her time on TikTok, all of it. Trying to figure out a way to include herself in whatever it is that's viral and trending. Chantal, you tried for years to go viral. You know, imitating all kinds of trends. Trying to hop on the backs of them. Trying hard to go viral. When are you going to get it through your head? You are not entertaining enough or intriguing enough to go viral. You're not doing entertaining content. You're not interested in doing entertaining content. You are interested in doing self-harm content on YouTube. Period. And the way you go about it is not interesting, and it's not intriguing, and it's not creative. It's not eye-catching. You want to be somebody so bad, but yet you're not willing to work for it. All you're willing to work for is just to hurt yourself. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, anybody can do what you're doing right now. Anybody could sit down in front of a camera and eat some coleslaw and eat some fried chicken. Anybody. You're not special in that regard. Anybody could drink a soda. So what's going to make you stand out? Nothing. Look, you're on YouTube and you make a certain amount of income from YouTube and you're comfortable with it. And you reached a place where you're like, well, I don't have to try anymore. So you're not trying. So you get what you get. If you don't work for something, then you're not going to get this something. It's just that simple.
Yeah. Anyway.
She's deliberately doing that crunching and everything just on purpose. She knows it ticks people off. Why do you work so hard to be gross? Like why? You know what, Chantal? I hope that a lot of your beezers, they finally wake up to the fact that those that have hope for you, the ones that are not feeders, they wake up and they realize she's not going to change. She's not interested in change. She's not interested in getting healthy. And I don't want to sit here and watch her go downhill. I'm out. I hope those that care realize the best thing they can do is to just walk away from you. So they won't have to come to your channel day after day and watch you backslide.
I mean, I'm happy. I just can't.
You're not happy. Does this look like the face of a happy woman? Is this the picture of happiness? She's sitting in a chair, eating food off of a plastic covered tray. She doesn't look happy to me. And if this is her cheat meal, why isn't she happy? Why is this not bringing her happiness?
I can't be one of those. I can't be a woman who always acts feminine and womanlike and demure. And excuse me, I'll have the salad. Oh.
Yeah, and you wonder why you'll never have a relationship with a man. Why you'll always be alone. And why you'll always have to pay men to be around you. Because you insist on acting vulgar. Men don't like vulgar.
One of the main reasons our relationship works, by the way,
is money. Let me finish that sentence for her before she finishes it. It's money. One of the main reasons why it works is money, because I pay him and he wants to get paid and he wants to live off my money and not go out and get a job. That's the main reason why it works, because the alternative is he has to go out and get a job and he doesn't want to. He's gotten way too comfortable and lazy on my money.
he likes the dark meat. I like the white meat.
So that's a reason to get married, because you like the white meat on chicken and he likes the dark meat. That's the reason to put the ring on somebody's finger. Weird. Okay.
Imagine how long your marriage would last if you had to fight over which kind of meat you like. There ain't enough chicken breasts to go around, baby. I think this is a neck bone or something.
You know what, Chantal? The family that I come from, if you had acted like this at my grandmother's dinner table, you would have gotten your hand slapped. First, you would have gotten the stare And then if you didn't straighten up, you got in a hand slap. I'm just saying. Like my family would not have put up with this behavior, not for a minute. You would have gotten straightened out real quick.
I'm eating like a total sow.
Yeah, we know. I'm glad that you see that about yourself.
Do I care what you think? No.
Well, then why are you being defensive? Just shut up and eat your food.
Ow. A chicken bone poked me in the nose. Is it demure to chew on chicken neck? No.
Why do I have a feeling that she wanted another meal for her cheap meal? And this is what Salah brought her, and she's mad about it. So she's mad at him. Like maybe she wanted a burger or pizza or something, and he brought her back a soda, fries, and the chicken, and she did not want that.
Do I care? If you ask me right now, no. If you ask me in an hour, I'll probably change my mind. Because I can't consistently keep my mind in one place.
Well, then, if you have those moments, Chantal, where you feel like your thoughts are all over the place, maybe the best thing to do is to shut up and get your mind straight before you come on camera and film whatever it is you're doing. I mean, just take a minute and breathe. Don't come on camera acting the fool. And that's a beautiful look. That is such a Chantal, I gotta tell you, you're photogenic, ma'am. You are Grace right here. I love this look. I like it. It's happening. It's hip. I'm gonna use that for my thumbnail. Keep going though.
I don't know. I probably need Adderall or something. Anyway. That was a delicious cheat meal. So,
I have a feeling that's not what she wanted though, because I just can't see her ordering chicken as her cheat meal. I could see pizza. I could see burgers. The roasted chicken. It's not in her favorites list. That was somebody else's choice.
thanks for listening to me vent. I feel like I have a right to do that sometimes. You know, I mean, we all have to let it out. If you hold it in, you're probably just going to explode later and make a bigger mess than what you originally intended to do.
She's mad at him. I'm picking up she's mad at him.
If you want more life lessons like that,
You're no one to teach anybody life lessons.
let me know in the comments below.
Nobody go to Chantal for life advice, please. She's out of control with her own life. Nobody go to her for sage advice. She has none to give.
I got you. Anyway, I guess that's it.
And I guess that's it. Goodbye.
That's my cheat meal. I'm on a cheat day.
Yeah, not just a cheat meal, a cheat day. As if diabetes takes a break. As if diabetes just clocks out and says, go ahead, eat what you want. We don't exist right now.
I forgot about that. A cheat day.
That's her way of telling Salah, oh, I'm not doing a cheat meal. We're going for a full day because I deserve it. And I'm like McDonald's. I'm going to have it my way. We're doing a full day, Salah. I've cooked for 10 days in a row and I've gotten on the treadmill and I walked to the beach. Therefore, I deserve a whole day of nothing but bad meals.
I've been cooking nonstop
Who cares? Cry me a river.
for like 10 days.
And I cook every day. What's your point?
Something I never do.
Good for you. Then finally you're doing some adulting. Those of us that do it all the time feel no sympathy for you.
And yes, I did say I plan on maybe cooking 5 to 6 nights a week. And I'm overdue for my cheat day of ordering out. That was a chicken bone earlier. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the future.
Weird. Absolutely weird. Yeah, so that was it. That was it. Weirdly smug, angry. I think she's angry at Salah. In fact, I'm pretty sure she's angry at Salah, but she's a coward. If she's angry at Salah, she's not going to go to him and be angry at him. She's going to get angry at all of us. Because if she's angry at Salah, he could fire back at her. But if she projects her anger out onto the audience, we can't do anything to her except get in the comments and so forth. So that's it for this react, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.